It is a great day in SimWorld, everybody. Good morning and welcome to SimWorld today. I'm B-Ron. Alongside me, as always, is my co-host Yells. Good morning, sir. Good morning. How you doing?
You know I'm good because I know we got a call-in guest here. We got a
Yes, sir.
call-in
We
guest, so I'm
sure
excited on
do.
Tuesday,
We
bro.
sure do.
Who
It
we?
is the showtime. Head coach, Coach Kendall Joyner. Good morning, sir. Thank you for joining us. How you doing?
Morning to y'all. I'm doing well.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you for joining us this morning. We really appreciate you being here. Let's go ahead and let's jump into some questions I got for you, and I'm sure Yells will have some of his own.
Very
First
well.
one I want to start with is, first I want to congratulate you on getting the commit from Cole Webb from Australia, the #1 international recruit.
Wow.
Him joining the
Thank you.
team.
Been waiting on that.
Yeah, I'm sure. And look, I was wrong. I was wrong about it. I didn't. I know we had talked privately, and I said I don't think it's Cole. I think it's somebody else. I was wrong. I'm okay
I
being
will
wrong.
tell you, B-Ron, I wasn't for that guy.
Okay. Fair enough. So what was your thought process in terms of getting Cole Webb? How did that whole thing come about? And how do you think that's going to impact your team this coming season?
Well, we lost Bronny, obviously. Then we lost Bryce, losing Corey. I wanted a proven score. So I went and got somebody who scored 17 points per game. Hopefully he'll improve, bump that up to 20. How it affect the team? We want him to be the main scorer, get everybody else involved, open them up.
Okay. I like it. That's good. That's good. I think that's going to be a good start. It's a good start for you guys for sure. Because we've been kind of giving you some flack about not making any big quote unquote Showtime moves, and here it is. It took till day 3 of the commitment craze, but we got one.
Don't worry, I've been seeing it.
Hey, it took some work for him to get that communication going down under. Apparently.
Yeah, I'm sure. Coming, across time zones and in the future in Australia being all of that. So I get it.
let me ask. I'll ask. What was it like, or what was your process? You don't have to give away all your secrets and all of that, but how did you pull in a player, an international player from across the continent? Like, what did that conversation go? How did that conversation go? Was there an interest there prior, or did you have to really do a lot of coercing? How did that happen?
Well, he had some interest in going to a bigger market. Obviously, we're one of the biggest markets in the league, so it's somewhat easier to recruit him. Just because he wanted to come to a bigger market. We're a big market. I mean, at first he wanted to go somewhere else, but persuaded him to come here.
You want to tell us who that is? You don't have to tell us. Don't worry about it.
I mean, it is a rival, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, he may not want that info out there.
Yeah, he might not.
Yeah. So, yeah, major pickup. I guess I'll touch on the fact that you had some other pickups, maybe not as notable as a Cole Webb, but Jarius Bradley, 6'5", out of Chatsworth, California, hometown. Cooking you brought in can shoot. He's an athlete, and he can go get his own buckets. And Big Brendan Romaine out of Northern California, out of Ventura, big body, considered one of the best rebounders in the country, great post defender. So you've made some additions there. I'll segue this question off to B-Ron after I ask you this. You've made some solid moves. Of course, you lose the big names of a Bronny James, a Bryce James, the big personality of Corey Yams, as you mentioned. But you still got a Nick Moss there. You had a underutilized Israel Vines by all accounts last season. People know that he's a pretty good scorer. You brought in some solid pieces, but you got three spots left. I would imagine Mr. Fisher, all in the media, Mr. Fisher, has some demands of some high profile names. Is that on the agenda? I think that's the assumption. I don't think you'll be ruining any secrets if you say that. But are you looking at any high profile names to fill out the rest of your roster?
It's good to have them, but only if they make sense. If you look at the roster, we only have one big with Romaine. So I'll be looking for mostly bigs right now.
Okay.
All right. Fair enough. Yeah. So the first, I guess, official question I have for you, besides the Cole Webb thing, is now that you're in your first full off season here in SimWorld Prep, how are you enjoying that so far?
So far, I'm loving it. I'm getting to build the team how I want to build it. Last year we only had two bigs on the roster going into the playoffs. When one of them had to come off, yeah, We just got out rebounded. They just bodied us. Next year, I want that
That's why you
not to be
went
the
and got
problem.
Romaine, huh? Went and got the best
Yes,
rebounder. Say, I'm not going to
I
get
want
bodied
that to
like that.
not be a problem next year come playoff time.
I'm sorry. No, but that makes a lot of sense though, and that's a good way to look at your roster, evaluate your weaknesses, and go from there. And coaching in Hollywood, California for Showtime, there are a ton of expectations that come along with that. Even at the prep level, what's that like though for you being in Hollywood and having the I guess weight of all those expectations that some might say you shouldn't have at the prep level, but because of
Oh,
where
they're
you
there.
are,
They're
it's
there at
still
Showtime.
there.
Well, for one
Yeah,
that doesn't like to be in the spotlight too much, I'm in the Showtime. Put me there.
yeah.
So had to get used to it. So I want to win games anyway. So pile the expectations on.
Okay.
Okay. As someone who also doesn't like spotlight, I feel you, but here I am in the media. So how did that work for me? Is it going okay so far? I guess.
Hey, so Coach Joyner, you have two other California squads in SimWorld Prep, big state. That's how it goes, right? You got Bay
Yeah.
Area Breakers doing a lot of things, always doing a lot of things. And you got Best Coast Ballers, another relatively new coach like yourself, but this will be his first season. He's already made some major splashes on the recruiting scene. He's having to
Big
totally rebuild
moves.
his
Yeah.
roster. Which one of those teams? Best Coast Ballers or Bay Area Breakers, or even if it's a coach. If you had to say one that you have, I wouldn't say fear, but more you're looking forward to matching up against them the most, and you see them as the biggest threat. Who would it be?
They'll give me the tougher problem. I'd have to go with Bay Area.
Bay
Right
Area.
now, our weakness is the bigs. They have one of the best bigs in SimWorld.
Yeah.
That's it.
Hey, it seems like he already knew there was no wavering there, B-Ron. He
Right.
knew what
Yeah.
it
No.
was.
I knew the question before you asked it. Of course, it's the Bay, our biggest rivals.
Right?
But look, that's good though to know to ID your competition early on, and then you can plan for them better than trying to scramble at the last minute, or in this case, an unknown in Coach Dominguez, because like you said, y'all, it is his first season here in SimWorld Prep, so that makes a lot of sense. And speaking of being your first season and that kind of thing, this now being your first, I guess, full season really, because you came on last season in the middle of it. Uh,
Yeah.
what's been the biggest lesson you've learned from the other coaches here in Small Prep? Because I know you all have a tight knit community over there in the coaching world and all that. So I'm sure there's a lot of things you've learned and that kind of stuff. What's been the biggest lesson that you've learned, the biggest takeaway you have from your first season or just so far?
Um, it probably came from Drayton, I believe. Just not grabbing the big names always. Try and build a talented roster, but not always going for the big names. Because you just grab big names and throw them on a team and might not mesh well together.
Is there any part of that he's not there anymore? Maybe Daddy's lurking around, but he's not there anymore. Would you attribute that to any learning lessons from last season, having to have Bryce and Bronny on the team?
Well, with Bryce and Bronny, with them, it was just just give the ball to Bronny. That's the game plan. So this season will be a lot more game planning, moving the ball around. It's not just give the ball to one guy, move out the way.
Okay. Okay. And then what was that like? Was there much interaction with LeBron? How did you manage that with the team? And everybody's acceptance during last season. I know it's a new season. We don't want to harp back, but we didn't get a chance to talk to you last year.
Yeah.
How did you manage that? And how did the team manage it?
Luckily, Bronny and Bron didn't have too much ego. So, they knew what it was. Bronny was the star anyway. The team, they loved Bronny. They were riding for him. Even though he was getting most of the touches, they didn't complain too much.
Yeah.
They let it happen. As long as we were winning, they were happy. When he went down, they were sad for him, but we had to move on and try and go get some wins.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very true. It's very true. That's all the questions that I had for you, though. Yo, did you have any other ones that you could think of off the top of your head, or?
Hey, man, everything I would ask around would be who you're still looking at, but I don't want to put them in that kind of situation. There's still a lot of talent out there in California. there's still a lot of talent across the globe right now. So, no, I have nothing, man. I appreciate you being on with us this morning, taking the time with us, Coach Joyner. We wish you all the luck this year. The spotlight's going to be on you. You've already said it, if you want it or not. It's showtime. It is always showtime out in LA. Anything you want to say to anybody you want to shout out or anybody you want to say hello to this morning?
Shout out to Coach Dre. He's been helping me through this whole process all the way through last season. He's been a big help to me.
Isn't that nice? And he's coming to smash you too, also, Drayton. After all that help, he wants to.
I didn't get to play him last season. I want him this time.
There you go. That's it, B-Ron. You got anything?
I got nothing else. Thank you for joining us this morning, though, Coach. Really appreciate you.
And thank y'all for having me.
All right, man.
Yeah, you're very welcome. You have a good rest of your day.
Y'all too.
All right. Well.
All right, man. That was fun.
Yeah.
I like talking to Coach Joyner. That was very fun. I thank you again for joining us. Appreciate it.
For sure. Let's keep it moving. So, we got news this morning, huh? Commitment.
Yeah, we sure do.
Go ahead, B-Ron. Take it away. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. We sure do, yo. There's commitment craze going on, as you all know. And, boy, we got day 3 starting off with a bang because there's been some moves that have hit already. And, one of them being J-Mo to H-Town. Co-Web, so got earlier to Showtime.
Yep.
There's a bunch of other ones here. I'm getting my notes together here as we speak. Kel McKnight going to Gotham 5. Don Hardaway returning to the Breakers.
Willie Styles out in ATL. Mr. Basketball in the state of Georgia. Mardon.
Yep. Mardon officially committing to Lone Star.
Yeah, and then we talked about Best Coast ballers. They picked up Arlo Cook and what I think is going to be one of the best passers in all the SimWorld prep, Ali Cortez. And let's not forget a big one here in a world in just 3 days where people have come and gone. You know what I've said? You know what I say, B-Ron? Maybe one day they do this and they do that, and the next 5 minutes they change it. In a world of wavering, Dime Hardaway rejoins Bay Area Breakers.
Yep. And of course we have another reunion. Cam Jones is joining Run DMV and rejoining his old coach, Coach Banks, who took over Run DMV in the offseason. So he's joining him back there as well.
Yeah. A lot happening already.
Yeah, a lot happening already. It's just 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. So what out of those moves, what stands out for you? What's the big pop?
I think the big pop for me, believe it or not, is Cam Jones going to Run DMV.
Mm-hmm.
Just because we know that, Run DMV, they've had to retool with, losing Nick Hugo, that kind of thing. But getting Jones and pairing him with Pinkard, who both those kids can shoot the ball pretty well, I think that's going to be a fun tandem to see on the floor.
Yeah.
If they're both on the floor at the same time anyway, which I imagine they would be at some point in time. So I think that will be fun. See how that works, and maybe he can get a larger role this season, perhaps. What about you?
Yeah, I'm going on the other side of things. I may have tipped my hat already. I think Ali Cortez is just a phenomenal playmaker. I think he has great court awareness, great vision. And he gets to play out in Cali, and he gets to play with a shooter like DJ Davis. Suno Chopper, he gets to take some of the ball handling responsibilities off of him. That one really excites me. I think that's a very stealthy move there from Best Coast Ballers. I think people slept on Ali Cortez. I think he's one of those John Stockton kind of moves. Like, hey, I don't really see what it is that he's doing. Doesn't jump out. Who's the best passer? Right. This person. Ali Cortez. Oh yeah. Like he's going to be forgotten about, but he shouldn't be.
That's very true. Very true. And somebody who's not going to be forgotten about anytime soon in a certain area of the world, or the country, I should say, Xavier Pope. Because, boy, he swerved everybody.
Didn't he?
Everybody. We thought it was a for sure thing, a lock. I'm returning to Bay Area. He said it when he was, coming back to the States and everything after leaving the team, going to Germany, coming back. I'm going to Bay Area. Psych! I'm joining the yacht club. And of course, it caused some drama as a result too. There's been a lot of drama over the past day.
Yeah, there has.
yesterday. It was a lot. So we had to cut some things off to talk about one of them. This is the one that was here. So, Bay Area, TYC, rivals now perhaps, or at least Trey Hyman and Xavier Pope, because we know how close those two were coming into last season. They played on that team that won all of the tournaments we had in the offseason, pickup tournaments, that kind of thing. To see their relationship blossom and then to see something like this happen where it falls apart seemingly. And Hyman was very hurt about it. But what are your thoughts on the overall situation? Pope's commit.
Well played, Xavier Pope. If we had to talk about anybody whose PR game is through the roof, I don't know who he's working with. The Legacy Group is mentoring him through this. If he has another agent, but he's got. I'm gonna call it at least SimWorld prep level clutch sports PR, because he played this to the T. He knew apparently how the media would get a hold of things one way or another, and he pulled the swerve move. Shawn Michaels ain't got nothing on this guy. Seth Rollins ain't got nothing on this guy. He pulled it off, and I think if I have to just look at it from a step back and step out of the box perspective here, do I think he made the wrong move for him? I hate that phrase. I got to do what's best for me. Oh God, I hate it. I hate to have to talk about it. But I think he did. Bay Area, if he would have been added to the mix, I don't know if some of these players that they added were immediate reaction. Some of these kids that they added was immediate reaction and having to change gears and pivot to the loss of Xavier Pope, or if they were coming in anyway. But Daquan Carter, he's a highly talented kid. Dom Hardaway returns. Jawan Harris, not highly notable by everybody, but he's going to open some eyes. He's an incredible shooter. Trey Hyman's already there. Sean Hyman, I'm saying he's on the rise. And then Jamie Ramos is going to demand the ball. Where does Pope fit in there? I see why he may have done what he's done, why he may have said, hey, I need more shine, but then I'm going to go the other route. It looks like he went, in my opinion, the same construct of a team, just on the totally opposite coast. Because Yacht Club is loaded up as well, with talent. And these are all kids that are fighting on both of these teams, they're fighting for scholarships. They're all primed for power conference scholarships, and now Yacht Club is locked in. I'm thinking they have everyone on their team locked in. Maybe they have one last spot, one or two last open spots. So I don't know. I think he made the move for him that he had to make. But as far as the drama, I'm all here for it. I can't wait till they fight. I'll be wearing a zebra jersey. I will run out there. If somebody hits him with the old schoolboy roll, I'm counting the quickest, dirtiest 3 count ever. Yeah. I'm coming through. I can't wait.
Man, it's going to be really exciting to see those two teams match up if they get on the schedule at some point this season. I feel like they have to.
I hope they do make the schedule. I will tell you, I was laughing with my boy Rick Blaze. Hey, man, I don't want to see y'all out there throwing hands. Don't y'all be out there. Don't be that upset. And if it does happen, it better not look like LJ, Larry Johnson, and Lonzo Mourning. You guys are too big for all that. Y'all got some broad shoulders. Let's work the problems out, or let's be tough about it, or let's at least give us some good action.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah, one of those three.
Don't let us down. Don't let us down.
No, man, not at all. Not at all.
The swerve heard around the world. That's good. Can I sing it?
Yeah,
can I sing
of course.
it? Hey, before we get started here, just because this seat is on fire, I'm not gonna sing it. I think that was one of the worst. It was one of the best and worst songs ever. Best song because it's a great song. Great song because I love Alicia Keys, and I think at this particular moment, I think we all thought she's an absolute hottie. Like Swizz, how did you get so lucky? Keys, on the singing side, I've never heard someone screech and holler out more notes than she did in that song. Those notes were horrendous. You just yell the song out, baby girl. You do what you got to do. This seat's on fire, and I think everyone knows who we're talking about. I think it's not on fire. It's burnt to a cinder. Coach Mack is out.
Gone.
B-Ron, what happened? What happened? You gave him a hard time when he left SimWorld Europe. So this is your moment, sir. Go off, good sir.
I gave him a hard time, and Everybody knows how I felt about that situation. He came in tail end of the season, almost got them into the race to 1, and then when all season starts, he goes, "Hey, I'm leaving y'all. I'm gonna go to APAC," and I didn't like the move then because he wasn't there for that long. He was there for 2 minutes, it felt like, and then he comes to APAC and misses out on 2 of the best players in his region, Oliver West and Sun Chung-gu, and now he's gone. And now he's gone. This is ridiculous. There is no reason why this should happen. Why even leave Europe to go to APAC if this was going to be the result anyway?
If you're not going to recruit, how did you not go after Devin Fields? How did you not go after Sung Gung Chu? How did you not even talk to these guys? And I'm not going to steal your shine. You can continue going, but I just want y'all to know, I think I've said this before. If B-Ron don't like it, I don't like it, because B-Ron is the coolest, nicest guy ever. If B-Ron walked in my house and said, "Mom, Ron Yell's mom, I don't like you. I'm sorry, Mom. I can't like you either." He sees something that I don't see, because B-Ron is good with everybody. He sees the beauty in it all, but he's not a fan of this move, and I understand.
Tried to, man. I tried to. I'm not. And I know producers are like, "Look, y'all gotta go. Give us a little more time. We'll hash it out. I got you." But no, like it's not a good look. It's not a good look for the kids of SimWorld Europe. You left then. It's not a good look now when you didn't even do anything with APAC either. It felt like, I don't know what happened, but this is the worst time to go silent. This is the worst time to not do anything. It's commitment crazy season, and APAC is not getting any commits.
And they're heavy.
It feels like
there's a lot of talent in that region. This is not, as I think I mentioned, I said it yesterday. I didn't know it would come down the pipeline so quickly. But you got to be an ambassador, not only for the region, not only for yourself, but for SimWorld Prep. And it looks as if ownership over there said, I don't want to ruin our relationship with SimWorld Prep. He's not doing the best for our team. He's got to go. Didn't take him 12 hours. He's out of there.
Yeah, nope. And now Sun Chung-gu is with Gotham 5, and he, man, you talk about a huge switch up from markets potentially going from North Korea to New York. Like, that's crazy.
That's insane. But that's exposure for a kid like him.
I will say this: I'm happy for the kid getting out of that situation, getting into New York. Getting into a big market, that's the market deal, that kind of thing. So I feel like, in a way, it's going to help him. But at the same time, it's also, I think, going to help the Asian basketball market in general to see a kid like that go from where he did to New York and hopefully play well in SimWorld Prep. If not right away, then, as he continues on. But I'm excited for that, to bring it around to a nice end here. I'm excited for all of that and his potential for the coming season and in the future.
Hey, hope he's ready.
Yeah. He's gonna need it. Why don't you bring us into our final segment, Yels?
You got it, man. I'm a little flustered and frustrated with the whole Coach Mac deal.
Yeah, no, I understand. Me too. So, are they ready? Is the question. Royce Anderson, are you ready? No. All right. Anyway. Royce Anderson, Jay Laster with new team, AT Aliens for Royce Anderson, and the OGs have Jay Laster. Now they have to prove that they're ready for that #1 role this coming season. I don't know how you want to do this. If you want to do if you want to do
producers screaming out here. I think we only got seconds here. I'll give my take. I'll hand it off to you before we get out. Is Royce Anderson ready? Yes, because I think all he has to do is put up shots. So I think he has no problem with that. Jay Laster, he's got to come in. He's got a different role, different dynamic of what was there prior as far as a winning culture. He's got Coach Dodge there. You had DJ Wagner there before. I think there's a lot of weight on his shoulders. Depending on what the role is that he's given, if he's asked to come in and lead the team to success, I don't think he's ready. If he's asked to come in and play a part in a total team effort, absolutely.
Yeah, I think Royce is ready. I think Jay will have to be molded, if that makes sense,
Yeah.
into that quote unquote number one role spot
Yeah.
this season. So we'll leave it at that. Way over time. We gotta go. Thank you all for joining us this morning. We really appreciate you so much. We'll be back tomorrow with more news, I'm sure. Everything else going on here in SimWorld
Thank you,
Prep.
Coach Joyner. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach Joyner. Yeah, for joining us again. And you know drill, guys. Just because it's off season does not mean here in SimWorld Prep you can't see the game, be the game. We'll see y'all tomorrow morning.